for the 3 points. Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero!
What's up, football fans? It's another episode of The Football Therapist and a very original episode. And as you can see, this one is on Zoom. Pretty much we've had an interesting couple of weeks. I came in contact with a positive COVID case, had to quarantine, so did Yehia. And Haytham actually has COVID. Salamat, Ustaz Haytham. Hope you're feeling all right, man.
Thanks, guys. Am I going to do the whole influencer spiel and say that it is real, take care of yourselves, and don't. No, but jokes aside, yeah,
it is real. Take care of yourselves.
Yeah, it's real. Take care of yourselves. Wear the goddamn masks and wash your damn hands. Okay,
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
Take care, guys. It's really it's serious. But I mean, I hope you're feeling all right, though.
Yeah, I'm on day 6 right now, so the worst has passed. I've got sense of smell and taste, so I don't have any shortness of breath. So I've experienced, let's say, mild to medium impact symptoms. I'm okay.
Salamat.
Thank you.
So if Haytham suddenly goes to sleep, nobody should be surprised.
Well, cool. This is going to be interesting. It's actually our first Zoom episode. And we actually have an interesting topic that we're going to cover for this one. But as usual, first off, we're going to start off with just a quick snapshot, should I say, of the top leagues. So in La Liga, Atleti still leading Real Madrid by 5 points, and they got 2 games in hand, pretty much running away with it, not dropping points whatsoever. Barca 3 behind Madrid, but with a game in hand. So I think that right now it stands more as a battle for second place. In the EPL, City are leading Man United and Leicester by 7 points, and they have a game in hand. So they're running away with it from their end as well. And expectedly so, we're getting to that point of the season where the tables start to shape up a little bit. In the Serie A, Inter have gone top, 1 point over AC Milan and 7 over Roma. Juve can actually get within 5 of the top if they win their game in hand. Right, Haytham? They have 1 game in hand, so
yeah,
they could actually go into 5 points with that.
Against Napoli, whom we just lost to, but yeah.
Well, but they're still in the running. That's the point. In the Bundesliga, Bayern leading Leipzig by 5, and in Ligue 1, Lille have gone top, 1 point over PSG and 3 over Lyon. So PSG also now having a little bit of competition, unusually this year. So those are actually a little bit more competitive than our leagues. So the reason why we're doing a very quick roundup of the leagues is because we have an interesting topic we want to cover today. First of all, a little shout out. We have our first top fan on the Facebook page, Lawrence Azar. So thanks for the support, Larry. Always there, always liking, always engaging. Thanks a lot for that. And secondly, which brings us...
Cheers, Larry.
Cheers to Larry. The topic of the day actually comes from one of our listeners, Sharif Mahdiuddin. And thank you, Sharif, for giving us this suggestion. So Sharif reached out on Facebook and said, this is our 11th episode. It's midway through the season. It might be interesting to put together a top 11, a team of the season so far. So great idea. Thanks for that idea. That's what we're going to do in this episode. So the 3 of us are going to put a team together of the 2020-2021 season so far, top 11. So best goalkeeper, 2 CBs, right back, left back, defensive midfield, 2 central or attacking midfields, and 3 forwards. And the interesting about here is that each one of us is going to get 1 veto throughout the episode. So choose it wisely, guys.
I already know how I'm going to use it.
I think I do too. That's the funny thing.
Shotgun Cristiano Ronaldo on my team.
It's going to be on the Liverpool player. And actually, I have a feeling it's going to be the first order of the business, which is goalkeeper. So how do you guys want to do this? So I'll give mine, then Haytham, then Yehia, and then we discuss. Yeah, we could do it that way.
Sure.
All right. So
I have my formation on lineupbuilder.com. So if you guys want, I could share my screen. later.
So yeah,
Show you the full
That-
tactics.
so that would be a good idea if you could put it into that when we agree, to have our final 11, and we'll put a few
Yeah.
honorable
Yeah.
mentions. in there as
How
well.
are the mismatched players gonna actually play together?
Exactly. So I have it all figured out. Don't worry.
All right, cool. Kicking it off. So goalkeeper of the season. So for me, I mean, as much as it pains me to say it, for me, Jan Oblak has been the goalkeeper of the season. My reasoning behind this is that Atletico have pretty much maintained the best defensive record among all the top 5 leagues, and without a really star-studded central defensive pairing. And so in terms of number of saves, in terms of how much influence he's had, for me, Jan Oblak was goalkeeper of the season. Again, hate to say it, but I can't deny the guy's been amazing. So that's my perspective. Haytham?
I mean, I think there's no denying that Gianluigi Buffon, who just celebrated his 43rd birthday, is the greatest of all time. But my bias aside, my bias aside, I'm gonna go with Szczesny, because honestly, not just because I'm a Juve fan and I haven't picked the Juve 11, so don't crucify me. But for me, it was a toss-up between Szczesny or Donnarumma, or even and my surprise pick is Emiliano Martinez. Yeah, I don't know. Should I name all my 23 players that I picked?
Don't.
But Emiliano Martinez has been brilliant for Aston Villa this year, and he deserves a shout.
I must
But in
say,
terms
I
of
thought about Martinez as well. He was up there for me as well.
Yeah, in terms of command of area and just reflexes and just being an amazing goalkeeper, yeah, I have to say Szczesny. So he goes in my starting 11.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I didn't really think much about it, to be very honest. I'm just gonna go with Oblak. That was my choice.
That was your choice as well.
Yeah, I mean, come on, he's the number. I still think Alisson is a better goalkeeper, but Oblak is better, definitely having a better season.
Yeah, I mean,
And
we got to keep in mind.
It's always, yeah, the lovely few games he just had. So Oblak, and moving on. Okay, so are we doing center backs or right back now?
No, I mean, just like to touch upon that, just to set the tone, we are talking about this season so far. So yeah, obviously there's going to be players who maybe overall we think are better, but for this season so far, yeah, that's it. So sorry, Haytham, you've been outvoted, unless you want to, pull a veto.
That's fine.
You have been voted the weakest.
That's good. I like Oblak. No, I like Oblak. I've been team Oblak. I think maybe first or second episode I mentioned my love for Oblak in this podcast. So
right. Yeah. So throw
him in
my
there. Approval, guys.
Yeah.
Throw him in there on your end, Haytham, then we'll put that as the goalkeeper. So
who are we gonna go with next?
Oh, you guys want me to build the lineup on the thing?
Yeah.
Well?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So we're gonna go into right back
while we're chatting,
I guess.
Right back first.
Yeah. So
okay.
This one was a really tough one for me. But in the end,
I picked somebody that I've been bashing for the last 3 years, to be honest.
Really?
From my side, I'll just go ahead. I picked Trippier because he's really contributed to Atletico this season much more than last year. He's really gelling with the team. He's surprisingly doing well defensively. And we all, from his Tottenham days, we already know how he is offensively. And he's just clicking in that team somehow. I can't explain it. But for me, right now, he is the best right back so far.
Haytham, you want to go?
Yeah. Joshua Kimmich. Not sure how I pronounce that, but yeah.
So
I think,
he's been playing midfield, though.
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah. He
shifted the other way around,
right?
Yeah, so this year he shifted in midfield because I actually first put Kimmich as the right back, and then I was like, but I think he's been playing midfield. So I went and I started checking the lineups, and this year so far he's been playing. Yeah. He's been playing in midfield, and I mean, spoiler alert, I have him on my team as a midfielder.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
No.
Yes, sir.
No. No. Am I gonna bring out the veto this early?
No way, because you might agree with my assessment. Because I think I might have come up with
What?
someone
So
who you
so
didn't think
neither
about.
of you will agree with Trippier, basically.
No, I think Trippier had. I do think Trippier has had a decent season, but
yeah.
I don't. Maybe this is something you guys just went over, didn't think about. But for me, I actually went and I looked. I realized that Ashraf Hakimi has been having a really good season. So I went in and just checked out a bit of his stats, and he's already had 8 goals and 5 assists this season for a right back. Inter are top of the league, so obviously he's being effective. So it just sort of came down to maybe his attacking returns. And that's why I ended up putting Ashraf Hakimi as my right back. So, you may not have to use your veto.
I regret to say that's fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I did think about Trippier, to be honest.
So what made you not go with him?
Just, I think, more consistency from Ashraf, and just his attacking output, which really RB has become a very offensive position in the modern day in this age of football. So
yeah, that's true actually.
Yeah, so that's the only reason why I chose him over Trippier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haytham,
sounds good.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm down. I mean, don't like the club he plays for, but yeah. No, he's an awesome player.
Hello. Okay. Left back. So as much as I struggle on right back, I think this is hands down the position I struggle the most from. So I'm going to give you my reasonings why. For me, I find it very hard to move away from Andy Robertson as the best left back in the world right now. The only problem working against Robertson is the fact that Liverpool are going through a bad period. So it's not really, his impact is not impacting the team to do well. Whereas you have players like Theo Hernandez, who's had a breakout season with AC Milan, extremely good attacking output. And then you have Rafael Guerreiro, who on the offensive side is banging in goals and assists like nobody's business. But then again, Dortmund are also crashing. But despite Liverpool having a bad season, when I watch him play, I still cannot move away from the fact that Robertson is the best left back in the world right now. Yep.
Fair enough. Music to my ears. I mean, honestly, I actually didn't pick him. I ended up picking Hernandez. Because Hernandez's output this year has been amazing.
Yeah,
he already has 4 goals and 4 assists.
Very hard.
That's been amazing indeed.
But to be very honest, I'm more than okay with putting Robbo there as the left back. I'm more than okay with that. It comes down to you, Haytham. Who are you gonna go for?
Alex Grimaldo from Benfica.
So yeah, let's put Robbo then.
No, wait, that's interesting.
No, but seriously,
why?
go ahead. Yeah, I actually want to know why.
Yeah, interesting.
He's got high ratings for Benfica this season. I think he's pretty good. Maybe not the best European league right now. Another case has to, in addition to Robertson and Hernandez, has to go for Guerreiro, Rafael Guerreiro, the left back, Borussia Dortmund. Also a really good player, capable of assists, tackles, and goals as well. Theo Hernandez, I mean, I like him, but maybe he's not too consistent. So that's probably his only fault. He can't put in a few bad games or actually be absent.
So
but
yeah, I mean, I agree. His consistency sometimes tends to drop off. His output's been amazing. His team are not top anymore, but they're 1 point off the top. And I would definitely
he was definitely a key contributor to AC Milan's rise to the top, as in being high up in the table or occupying first place. Him along with obviously Zlatan, but when Zlatan wasn't there,
So this is a really tough one, guys. I think we can agree that even though his output's amazing, Rafael Guerreiro hasn't impacted his team to perform as well. it comes down to, is it Theo Hernandez, who's done well for his team, they've done well in the table, or Robertson, who just innately is, ability-wise, the best left back in the world. That's how I think for me, I'm edging on Robertson, but up to you guys.
Yeah, as if I'm gonna say no to Robertson.
Yeah, Robertson. So I mean, if you look at all the stat pages and stuff, Robertson's stats are like, if you're a stat merchant, then yeah, he's number one. And
I mean, if you just
absolutely
watch it,
no disputing. And of course, aesthetically, if we're talking subjectively, yeah, he is.
Yeah, I mean, looking as bad as the team has been the last few months, not games even, like he's one of the few people that always give you that level of consistency. So I think, like you were saying, Hernandez sometimes disappears. So if the team is playing well, he's playing well. If it's not playing well, they're not. But I know, obviously, with Robertson, no. Like, even when the team is not playing well, he's usually one of the bright. Yeah, he's one of the few people you can say, you know what, Robertson actually played well.
Yeah, he's completely outdone Trent this year. Trent's had a bit of a
Trent's injury coming back. He's still young, but definitely much better than Trent this year.
Okay, Robbo then. Center back. Shall we do one? Let's do center back one by one, or
let's just say the two names.
Okay. For me, and not being biased, just about someone who holds the team together, one of the greatest captains. Just the fact that when he's absent, Real Madrid lose, and I don't think anyone can deny Sergio Ramos was the best.
Haytham, are you gonna use your veto or
wait? Let me say my second. So Ramos.
Second, okay.
So Ramos has. Madrid have dropped points when Ramos has been absent. They just lose a complete whole dimension when he's not there. Their clean sheets have, although Courtois has been very prominent in it, have really come because of the way he keeps the back line organized. Without him, they fall apart. The second one, I was going to say Ruben Diaz, Manchester City, but just right before this call, I had a change of heart. And for me, Dayo Upamenko, he's just been absolutely amazing for Leipzig. He's led them to having the best defensive record in the Bundesliga, and he actually came to mind because of the fact that he's been on the transfer radar, but he's been massive. So I actually dropped Ruben Diaz for him. So for me, Sergio Ramos and Upamenko, they're the two best center backs so far this year. Be fair. When he's there, we get clean sheets. When he's gone, the team falls apart.
Haytham?
Well, what Ramy described in his last sentence, when he's not around, describes Matthijs de Ligt for me. I think when he's not in the Juve starting 11, our defense is an absolute mess. His impact is amazing in keeping the defense together, in winning balls and tackles, and ensuring that the area, that the danger is removed. Like he has such a commanding presence at the back. Last season which was his debut season, he had a few shaky moments here and there, which is normal, newcomer, young kid, but he's definitely established himself as the leading top defender. As Chiellini's sort of age catches up with him, or has already caught up with him rather, and Bonucci's Bonucci, so you can't really trust him. And Merih Demiral, unfortunately, is constantly injured. Yeah, Matthijs de Ligt has never disappointed. Like, I pick out a single bad match for him. He's just so good. I have to say my second defender.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's so many. So I pick my hipster pick or the expected pick. I mean, I could just say Ruben Dias from Man City and it's over, or Matt Hummels for that matter. But there's actually an interesting player who Liverpool are interested in. Plays for Lille. He's a center back. He's Dutch also.
No, that turned out to be fake. We
Sven
weren't actually
Botman.
interested. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
It's
also
not really
has a very
confirmed.
good season. He also having a very good
He's
season.
having an
You're right,
amazing
yeah.
season with Lille. Look him
Yeah.
up. Sven Botman, he's amazing. Very strong center back. He's almost like if I had to describe him, maybe a bit more, maybe Jaap Stamish kind of. I don't know. Forgive me if the corona is making me talk all over the place. But yeah, he's a really good defender. So
No, I mean,
yeah, I got Matthijs de Ligt and Sven Botman.
That's your choice?
Yeah, so
okay.
That's my choice.
Okay.
So all three of us are going with with 6 different choices. Huh? This is going to be fun.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
I knew this position was going to be the
right. So for me, I mean, for the first pick for me is Diaz for City, and arguably, actually, Stones is a better defender this season. But Diaz coming in has completely transformed that defense. They've had a gap ever since Company has left, and Diaz has filled it in completely. And I truly believe that one of the reasons, not the only reason, but one of the reasons why City are on this amazing run right now was thanks to him coming in and stabilizing, even if he's not playing each and every game. Just his presence, being able to give Stones the confidence back. Obviously Rodrigo also helped and so on. But for me, Diaz definitely not ability wise, but transformation wise. And obviously he has the ability, but if I take both of those together, I'd say Diaz for sure. My second pick would be Hummels. So thank you again, Haytham, for that. And I mean, look, we already know what a great defender he is, right? I mean, in Bayern, he was amazing. He moved to Dortmund again. He didn't have the best season last season, but this season he's on fire. He's absolutely on fire. He's like the rock that we know that Hummels usually is. And the fact he's 32, so you can make the argument, like we used to say back in the days, like, oh, he's in the 30s, he's going into his prime years now, which might not be as applicable now, except the Italian league, sorry. But yeah, I mean, for me, those are the two standouts for me right now.
Yeah, he's he's one of the highest rated center backs performance-wise this season at the Bundesliga.
I agree, and I did think about Matt Hummels. It's just that they've leaked goals, Dortmund, really badly.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I thought about. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Opamenko.
Yeah, Opamenko. So I thought about Opamenko, but the thing is that his teammate Orban is actually having a better season this year.
Really?
So I truly believe Opamenko is the better defender. Hands down, he's the better defender. But this season, yeah, he is, and that Bayern team is going to be scary. He's, I think they already announced that he's moving in the summer. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to think about it. Probably why Boateng is leaving, actually, so he makes space for him. But anyway, he's a beast. But this season, actually, Urbana has been really, really good. So that's the only reason why I didn't pick him, is because it's just, he's not having as good as a season as his teammates.
So it seems like the common one between the three of us is, I didn't pick him, but I did consider him Ruben Diaz. So I think we can probably say Ruben Diaz is definitely one of them.
And now we can argue about the second one.
I mean, I think from my end, I still say Ramos, and not just out of bias. It's just because.
No, but honestly, if you say Ramos, you can also say De Ligt.
The thing is that De Ligt is not the one really running and organizing his team the way Ramos is. He doesn't have the impact and the influence on the team that Ramos has. For me, Ramos is not just out of his defensive ability, which all the stars of football agree he's one of the best of. It's about his leadership as well. We've been through some good leaders at Real Madrid, and I've seen leaders in other teams, but I've never seen anyone lead a team the way he does. And he's still doing it now. And even with a contract situation on the plate, you never feel like he's like, we haven't agreed on a contract, I'm going to drop off. It's still fiery, making sure everyone's in line. And so that's why, just for me, I find it very hard. Like, there are some amazing center backs out there, but I just find it very hard when I say are they better than him? And I find it very hard to say yes, that they are. And even though Madrid haven't had the best season, they've had the best games when he's been there. And they've had the minimum conceded goals when he's been there. And that's just why, for me, I find it hard to choose another center back. If I had to, it would be Ruben Diaz and I mean, that's again Hummels, but look at Dortmund's record and look at Madrid's record with the two of them in the team.
No.
You know,
I mean, honestly, if I had to pick someone else, it would be Opamenko.
mm-hmm.
I definitely wouldn't go with Ramos. Just
Obviously.
that is purely my bias. But yeah, I mean, out of the four that you guys selected, I think I'd go with Opamenko. De Ligt, honestly, I don't watch him enough to say if he is the best or not. And you know, Lille, I mean, come on, it's the French league. I'm being a bit again biased.
No, I agree. There isn't the attacking potency in the French league in these other leagues. So he may be a very good center back, but he's not being faced with the same challenge. You know, that's why I go against it.
Yeah, I mean, I was just I wasn't trying to be hipster for the sake of it. I was also trying to pick names that have actually kind of stood out for the first half of
I agree with you. He
or
did
so
stand
of this
out.
Of this season in terms of performance ratings. Also considering that they've played at least more than 15 to 20 plus games at this point of the season. So I considered that when kind of filtering whoscored.com, transfermarket.com, YouTube, all that kind of thing. Yeah. And okay, I mean, what have we decided on? I think if we can agree that Sergio Ramos will be this team's captain, regardless of
no, don't do this to me. Don't do this.
Don't make me use my veto already.
Don't do this.
Anyway, I'm typing his name, so Sergio Ramos it is.
Oh, God damn it.
You know, for me, he's the captain of the team then.
That's an insult.
But now we need to start picking youngsters. So I'm gonna get more hipster now.
All right,
Diaz and Ramos. Okay, let's go for it. Defensive midfielder.
So I want to say something about defensive midfielder. That's a really tough position. So
it was very tough.
It was down for me between I really at one point between Casemiro and Ndidi, because I've really enjoyed watching Ndidi this year.
Casemiro's a good pick.
But Casemiro, it goes back to like what I was saying before. It's just that he completely transforms the team. I mean, for me, if Kante was playing as frequently as he played previously, he would probably have the same impact that Casemiro has on the team. Covers every blade of grass. When you have a team with defenders that push up as much as Real Madrid do, and he's always covering back. And now he's added goals to his repertoire as well. It was really tough between Ndidi and Casemiro, and it's just that bias got me saying Casemiro at the end. But it's a very tough position because there are very few standout CDMs.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, for me, I picked Ndidi. And the way I looked at it, Ndidi instead of Casemiro, is just that Leicester being in third right now is an overachievement. Real being, I think, their second.
Yeah.
Second, 5 points off. I don't know if Atletico have like game in hand or not.
2.
That's or 2 in hand, so it's good. Okay, so it could potentially be up to. Well, I'm not going to do the math. Screw it. But yeah, I mean, it's underperforming arguably. So just if I look at it in terms of how are the teams performing, I'd say Ndidi, especially since Ndidi is a beast. Like he doesn't have, let's say, the distribution skills of Casemiro going forward and so on, but is a beast in the sense of if you even try to pass through him, he's most likely going to be there. That's why most teams play on the wings against Leicester just to avoid him.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. Haytham?
Yeah. I also had a lot of difficulty looking for a DM that has been outstanding or at least consistent this year. Not because I can't find one that is performing well. It's the fact that someone who actually plays as a DM in the pure definition of the term, because a lot of the other midfielders are, have a more central, slightly less box to box and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, short answer, Casemiro. I agree with that. I'm going with that. My other choice is probably Manuel Locatelli, but yeah, he's only at Sassuolo and
I was just
not
gonna
that much
say.
experience, but he's really good. He's been playing very well this season, and there's a hot talk of him joining Juventus next season.
If we're gonna look ahead to like young players, like I'm really interested. There's this player who's been on Madrid's radar, Camavinga, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with him, because he plays with Rennes in the French league, but
Yeah.
he's brilliant. I mean, I checked him out when I knew the Madrid were interested, and I was like, he's like another Casemiro, but still yet to prove himself. So he would be an interesting name to check out. Cool. So
Yeah.
Casemiro it is then. Unless Yehia wants to use his veto.
No, I'm okay with Casemiro.
Cool. So we're left with two midfielders, attacking or central midfielders, as you would. I've been going first the whole time. So Yehia, why don't you go first this time? Who are your two remaining midfielders?
So one of them is Rodrigo, because I think he really has filled in the Fernandes gap to an extent. And he is the engine of the team, especially since, De Bruyne hasn't really been playing all of the games. He's more or less been taking care of the midfield, providing that base for the fullbacks to attack and for even Foden and so on to attack. Mm-hmm. So I think he gives the team that stability. So I in the beginning, I said Diaz wasn't the only reason that City are resurgent. I do believe that Rodrigo is the second reason. The second player I want to put forward is Bruno Fernandes, because if we're being very honest, without his contribution to that United team, they would be nowhere near second place right now. He is the best signing they have done for the last, I can't even think about a good signing they've done in the last maybe 3 years other than him. All of the good players they have right now are more or less, actually Wan-Bissaka, but all of the good players they have right now are more or less either old players like De Gea, if I think about it, or players that came through the youth system. The ones that you would say, oh wow, that's actually a really good player. Yeah, of course you have Martial, but for the amount of money they actually paid for him, I wouldn't say that. And he's not actually, I think he's more of a sub.
Yeah.
So it's only Fernandes that comes out to me, and he is the one player that I would love to have.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. So I also put Bruno Fernandes. So if you think about it, he's only trailing Robert Lewandowski and Harry Kane in terms of goals plus assists this season.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
that is incredible.
The impact he's done on this United team, the number of man of the matches that he's won. It was a no-brainer for me. I mean, it was
and
so
just the fact
that
that he's such a joy to watch, like aesthetically.
Is, yeah.
I love watching him on the ball. But yeah, I picked him as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice. We agreed on someone.
We agreed on someone in midfield. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it was hard to leave De Bruyne off this team, but I mean, maybe his injury problems, and he hasn't had as good season maybe as he's had previously. But it was really hard to choose two, and the second person I just felt I couldn't leave off as my second midfielder was Joshua Kimmich. It's just his transition from defender to midfield, the number of goals and assists he's been contributing to this already very well-oiled and very potent Bayern Munich team. So for me, it was Bruno Fernandes and Joshua Kimmich. So Haytham, yours, you didn't mention who you mentioned. Bruno Fernandes. You didn't mention.
So yeah, Bruno Fernandes, and I have I'm a big fan of Nicolo Barella at Inter.
He's had a really good season. Yeah, he's been doing well.
Having a great season. He's fantastic on the ball. Mm-hmm. He's also just like Bruno Fernandes. Like he's just a joy to watch. Like he can do crazy things with the ball and just kind of and can really pick out like a long pass or has a good eye for the pitch, like great vision. That's the word I was looking for. During a game, he scores really nice goals as well. Long range shots, that kind of thing. So yeah, I have him in my. He is 24, I believe, at this point. I can fact check that.
Let's get some youth. So Kimmich is 26. Rodrigo's 24, and Barella is how old?
Yes, Barella is 24. I was correct. Yeah.
Okay, which of them is younger?
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Born
I guess
Kimmich. 7.
Kimmich is maybe I'm getting biased a bit because of how well Bayern Munich did. They're only the second sextuple winning team in history after 2009 Barcelona, sadly. But just for me, his transition into midfield was really impressive. It shows his versatility. But if I had to drop Kimmich and choose between Barella and Rodri, I think Rodri, as Yehia mentioned, has also had an amazing season.
I mean, I agree with you, but honestly, Barella is younger, and like Haytham said, we need some youth.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's put Barella in. All for youth. Let's do it.
Let's go for Barella. Done. Okay.
Going
cool.
once.
Now,
okay.
Now the fun part. Are we gonna do right winger, left winger, or forward?
We don't have to limit it to like forward, right winger, and left winger. We could. Okay. For me, it's just 3 forwards because it was also too limiting to do that, because the 3 names that I'm gonna say were no-brainers for me. I could not deviate away from them. I mean, obviously there's some amazing strikers out there right now, but first of all, we're all gonna agree on Lewandowski, I think.
Yeah. All right. Just give me a second. Let me write that down.
running away with the golden. He's running away with the golden.
Good for him. I hope he wins it this year. I hope he wins Ballon d'Or again this year. It would be nice. Somebody other than Messi and Ronaldo winning it twice in a row.
Yeah, because also because like he didn't get a chance to really win the Ballon d'Or. Then they canceled it this year, did they?
No, didn't he? Or was it only the FIFA best, whatever?
The best.
Be the best or whatever. Oh,
it was like so sad to like cancel the Ballon d'Or when it was obviously Robert Lewandowski who would have won it, you know. But yeah, he's been. So the second forward that I put in was for me Harry Kane. Harry Kane, the development of his game this year, and you know. If you look at the goals plus assists, like I mentioned before, Lewandowski is top only because he has friggin' 25 goals already, you know. But Harry Kane is the leading assist maker, and for me that was really hugely impressive. The way he's been connecting with Son this year. Unfortunately, it hasn't translated into results, but I could not just deny, his impact. If I had to choose like a top striker to join Real Madrid right now, I would probably choose Harry Kane. And then the final forward for me, so it was Lewandowski, Harry Kane. I still have to go with Ronaldo. What he's doing at his age, running his team, top scorer. They're still in the running for the league, breaking records, and one of the top scorers in the top 5 leagues. I can't stop to think. And the only thing is that I think if Messi continues, should I say, if Messi had been performing the way he did earlier in the season as he has in the last 2-3 weeks, he would probably have better numbers, and I'd probably be saying Messi. But if I'm looking at till now, the first 6 months of the season, I'm still going to go with Ronaldo.
Isn't Messi playing more attacking midfielder now?
Not so much. No, he's still. I'd still put him at the forward.
Like he's dropped back a little bit, no?
Because they're pretty sometimes actually shifting it around and playing him in center and playing Griezmann on the side, and then sometimes they switch and then he comes back. He does drop back quite a bit in the whole Karim Benzema, Harry Kane way, dropping back and dictating play. But yeah, he's still a forward. He's not a midfielder. So those are mine. Haytham?
Yeah, I got Robert Lewandowski in the middle, Cristiano Ronaldo on the left, if you will, as well. So I guess we agree on that. I've already typed his name in. Sorry, Yehia. as the second striker.
Yeah.
So I think it's unless you want to veto that.
I'm glad about the
I'm
harmony.
I'm waiting to hear.
So the third one is again one of my biased names. I did have Kane on my short list, but I'm a huge fan of my own Federico Chiesa, hanging out on the right hand side. He puts in a great cross. He creates a lot of danger. He's always running. He's always chasing after the ball. He's such a hard worker. And I think, of course, a lot of the rival Serie A fans think that we Juve fans overrate him, which we do. I'm not gonna lie, we tend to overrate our own players sometimes, all the time rather. But I think he has solid potential, and he's one of my favorite right wingers. And actually, he's my if unfortunately, since Dybala is not really getting that much game time and performance for that matter, but he's definitely grown onto me a lot. He's my favorite Juventus player this season, and right now as we speak, like I've ordered his jersey actually. Like, that's how much I love Chiesa.
I mean, it was so difficult, honestly. Like even the front line was so difficult. When you think about like how many top performers are this year: Luis Suarez, Duvan Zapata, Ibrahimovic, Messi, Benzema. It was so tough to choose, but I just went with the numbers.
Immobile.
Kylian Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappe, yeah.
So it was really tough to choose.
I mean, for me, honestly, in the middle, Lewandowski, of course. And I had on the left, that's where I was questioning myself. I had both Ronaldo and Son. Again, there's arguments of Son would he be good without Kane? I don't know. But he is having an amazing season on the left.
Or with Christian Eriksen.
No, but Eriksen isn't there this season. And
I'm saying like, when Eriksen was there, he was the main assist maker.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Son is amazing in counterattack. He's very explosive. I mean, Ronaldo's Ronaldo. I'd go personally with Son just to change it up a bit. Because, it's always Ronaldo. And there's nothing against him, but just to change it up. And on the right, which I will defend until the end, I went with Salah. And I don't care what any of you say. Man, Salah this season has been killing it. He's the current top scorer by, I think, 4 or 5 goals difference between him and Vardy in second place in the Premier League. In all competitions, he's already scored 23 goals. And on top of that, I think he has like 4 or 5 assists. I don't remember the exact number. His output has been absolutely brutal. One of the few positives this season has been Salah's performance, along with Robertson and Alisson up until the last 2 games. So, no, I mean, for me, definitely on the right, it has to be Salah. And I can't think of anybody else.
First of all, I'm happy with the harmony we had. None of us used our vetoes, and even if I wanted to veto Salah, now we're in the last position, so you can veto back.
Here's the thing: I'm getting ready to veto him, and that's who I'm saving my veto for.
No, I mean, Salah was the only reason why I left him off, and you're absolutely like, in all honesty, first of all, it's been in the last few weeks that he's kicked it up a notch. Earlier on the season, he wasn't having the best season. And just the fact that Liverpool aren't doing great. But then again, I could also say, well, Tottenham aren't doing great either. But I can't deny Harry Kane's numbers. He's, goals plus assists. He's top.
I think the difficult part about Kane, I think the difficult part about Kane is that the position he plays, it's essentially Lewandowski, which you can't really say he's better than Lewandowski, right? The only argument I can put, and that's just me thinking about, two let's say inside forwards or wingers and one forward, is drop one of the midfielders and put Kane as attacking midfielder instead, because he's also been kind of dabbling in that advanced midfielder role as opposed to a striker.
He's still lining up as their number 9. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be fair to categorize.
Honestly, I'm okay with having Salah, Lewandowski, and Kane, as long as you keep Salah there.
I agree with the Salah pick. I think he works on the right in our formation in the ground.
I'm not gonna use my veto. Thank God.
I mean, the only reason I disagree is because Lewandowski, Ronaldo, and Kane all have better numbers than him so far this year. That's the only thing that's sort of keeping me on the edge for Salah. But if we want to play it as a right wing, left wing, and striker, then right wing would be Salah, left wing would be Ronaldo, and then I'd have to drop Harry Kane for Robert Lewandowski in striker. So that's the if you guys want to put it as a striker, right wing and left wing, that's how we could be. So Salah,
I think the team works better that way.
Lewandowski and
like
Ronaldo.
If we think about left, right, just because if we put both Kane and can Kane or Lewandowski play on the left?
I mean, he plays striker. He plays up front.
Because Salah can play in the, or what he can do maybe is have Lewandowski on the left, like, you know, forward left, Salah right, and then Kane kind of in that number 10 position.
I just can't see Ronaldo off this team. What he's been doing at this age, I think for me, I would give Harry Kane the honorable mention, like the 12th man on this team, and I would say Lewandowski, Salah, and Ronaldo, only because you're not going to agree to drop Salah, so and Haytham agrees with you. So
I mean,
I'm outvoted. I'm outvoted. Fair is fair, you know.
Ramy, let's be honest. The 12th man of this team is the fans.
Wow.
That's deep, bro.
No, I mean, okay, so great. Let's do that. Salah, Lewandowski, and Ronaldo. For me, some honorable mentions before we wrap it up. Definitely Harry Kane, Duvan Zapata. I think he deserves a mention this year.
Suarez, actually,
and actually even the Atalanta center back was also very, very impressive this year. What's his name?
Romero, right?
Romero.
Christian Romero.
Christian Romero.
Argentinian. Yeah.
Deserves a mention.
Really good player.
And
is he going also to Juventus?
Sorry?
Is he also going to Juventus?
I don't know. Would be interesting if he does.
I also want to give honorable mentions to Thibaut Courtois, Dani Carvajal, Ferland Mendy, Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and Karim Benzema. I think they all deserve to have an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't catch what you just said. My line cut out.
You're on an amazing internet connection. Do not lie.
Who's going to be the manager, though?
Manager of the season. That's a good one. We didn't think about that. I mean, Hansi Flick.
Diego Simon.
Hansi Flick.
Diego Simon. Simon.
Yeah.
Give it to Simon.
Veto. Veto.
Now the veto comes out. I mean, I'm okay with Flick. I'm okay with Flick.
I can't. The guy's too much.
Yeah, and the players are actually good as a pressing team. So yeah, Flick would be a good choice.
Yeah. Well, but if you want, Haytham, just give us a run through of the final 11, and then we can end it with.
All right. So we've got in goal Jan Oblak. At right back we've got Ashraf Hakimi. In center back we've got Ruben Dias and Sergio Ramos. Andy Robertson in left back, Casemiro in defensive midfield. Then you have Bruno Fernandes, Nicolo Barella partnering up in midfield. And then in attack, we have Cristiano Ronaldo on the left, and in the middle, Robert Lewandowski, and flanked on the right by Mohamed Salah.
Yes, what a team.
Coached by Hansi Flick.
Beautiful. Great, awesome. This was really fun, guys. You know what? This will probably be something that we'll probably be doing at the end of the year for the team of the season as well. See how it wraps up. We'll also have to see when our next episode is going to be. It might be a couple of weeks. Shout out there to my wife. She delivers in 2 weeks, so I may be off the grid for a while. But the football therapist. Thank you. Thanks, and hope you get better, Haytham. Thanks, guys. This was a lot of fun. We'll keep you guys posted. and let you know when the next episode is going to be up. And hopefully by then we can do it in person. Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.